Good morning. We would like to welcome you to our State of the District. The theme for today is Imagine the Possibilities, and I'm your program guide, Tyson McLaurin. Before we get started into this wonderful program, I ask that we all pause for a moment of silence for the towns of Rolling Fork and Armory. Thank you. To begin our program, we will start with a prayer by Dr. Roland McMillan, the national anthem by Antoine Peters, and we will have a welcome by Miss Verzi Johnson.
Please pray with me. Lord, we recognize that you're sovereign over everything, absolutely in charge of all creation. You're good, you're holy, righteous. Your justice itself, and mercy and love and kindness and compassion and everything good. We ask you to bless this gathering. We ask you to bless this school. We ask you to bless all the schools, the children, the students, the families, the teachers, everybody who make everything work. Especially, Lord, today we ask you to bless this gathering. In Jesus' name, amen.
We would like to thank Dr. McMillan for that prayer, and up next we have the national anthem by Antoine Peters.
By the dawn's early light, but so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
We would like to thank Mr. Peters for that wonderful anthem, and up next we have Miss Verzi Johnson with a welcome.
Good morning. Oh, now come on, you can do better than that. Good morning. Good morning. All right then. I have the honor this morning of welcoming you. But I hope when you walked up on the campus you felt welcome. Is that right? Yes. Anybody feel welcome? Yes. Huh? Yes. Oh, okay. It is my honor and privilege to welcome you today. On behalf of our distinguished guest, Mr. Hain, and our board, and everybody at JDC, we welcome you. Now, welcome is a small word. It began with W-E, Is that right? So WE means we, the entire district, welcome you. The next letter is what? L. So we want you to level up the Jaguar way, okay? What's the next one? Come. We want you to know that our children are first in this district. Is that right? Okay, what's the next letter? O. There are many opportunities in this district. Did you know that? Okay, what comes next? M. Today, we are making memories. New memories, Mr. Haynes, that will last for years and years to come. What's the last letter? E. So let's go back. We love you because what? You are living up the what? Jaguar way. C. Our children come first. O. There are great opportunities. And M. You are making memories so that you can be energized to come back many years to come. So on behalf of Superintendent Ike Haynes, the entire district, you are welcome.
We would like to thank Ms. Verzi Johnson for that heartfelt welcome, and we can finally get into this amazing program. First, we have Performing Arts with Ms. Lorinda Brown Johnson.
Good morning. What happens to a dream deferred? Does it dry up like a raisin in the sun, or fester like a sore and then run? Does it stink like rotten meat, or crust and sugar over like a syrupy sweet? Or maybe it just sags like a heavy load, or does it explode? The dynamic of performing arts is being able to reach the students where they are. If we cannot, it's our job to get there. When I was tasked with this, I asked what the student body population was for the entire district, well over 1,300, 1,400 students. For this school, that number was 373 students, I believe. Since November, we have reached over 75 to 80 kids have either signed their name on a list, they participated in some form of fashion, they've done anything that ties to performing arts. So to say that we've already reached 20% of the student body here at JDC, that's a big deal to me. The most important part, though, of the journey is the backstories of some of these babies. I try not to get involved. And they'll tell you that when speaking to me, 3 or 4 or 5 students can be talking to me at one time, and someone may step up and say, well, Ms. Brown Johnson, and I'll say, I'm listening. It may be that I have 5 or 6 different ears going on, but I hear everything about you. Okay, and that means whether it be on the stage or off the stage. Imagine the possibilities in keeping with our theme today. If you had a child who was struggling with some type of inner demon, some type of inner struggle that he or she may not be able to express. And just out of the corner of your eye, you notice something different about that student's body. You notice something going on with him or her that you can't fix, but you see there is some pain. Imagine this another student who's always in trouble, who makes not so nice decisions, last-minute decisions, that may have lasting repercussions. But then you see that student, you hear that student embody our historical musicians and artists that you didn't even know they had it in them. Or lastly, imagine that one individual who may have some choice words for our leaders, leaderships, what have you, those in charge, and we decide to put him or her in a space so they can think about their actions, only to have them return and to be able to stitch by hand costumes for our last production. You have to be able to meet them where they are. You have to be willing to hear their stories. You have to be willing to let them express themselves. That's what I've allowed them to do in this space. So first I'm going to have for you Trinity Keys, who has allowed me to criticize her in such a way that sometimes may be hurtful, but she's learned from the experiences. Second, you'll hear from Natalie Young, who explained to me when I told her I need you to sing Ella Fitzgerald. I don't want to do that because I don't know who that is. I said, go home and ask your mom and your daddy who Ella Fitzgerald is and tell them I told you I need you to sing it. The next day she came back, Miss Brown Johnson, I know the words. I got it. After that, we will have the Glory of JDC, our performance choir. We're still finding our direction. We're still finding our way. But please enjoy them in this moment. I hope you enjoy.
Harlem. There's someone waiting there who makes it seem like heaven up in Harlem. I don't want your Dixie. You can keep your Dixie. There's no one down in Dixie who can take me away from my hot Harlem. Harlem has those southern skies. They're in my baby's smile. Idolize my baby's eyes and classy uptown style. If Harlem moved to China, I know of nothing finer than to stow away on a plane someday and have them drop me off in Harlem. Harlem has those southern skies. They're in my baby's smile. Idolize my baby's eyes and classy uptown style. If Harlem moved to China, I know of nothing finer than to stow away on a plane someday and have them drop me off in Harlem. If Harlem moved to China, I know nothing finer than to be in Harlem.
How many of you need the Lord to speak to your heart right now? If you could just raise your hand right now, do you need the Lord to speak to your heart right now? Just wave your hand and say, Lord, speak to my heart. Tell me the words that you would have for me, Lord. Hallelujah, hallelujah.
Speak to my heart, Holy Spirit. Give me the words that will bring life. Words on the wings of the morning, the dark nights will fade away. Oh, my heart,
Yeah.
speak to my heart.
Holy Spirit, message of love.
Message of love
Oh,
to encourage me.
lifting my heart from despair. How you love me and care for me. Oh,
Speak to my heart. Speak to my heart.
Holy Spirit.
Spirit.
Oh,
The words
that will bring you life.
words on the wings
Oh,
of the morning, the dawn.
Oh, Lord, oh, my.
Speak to my heart.
Holy Spirit,
Spirit.
message of love.
Message of love to encourage me.
Lifting my heart from despair. How you love me and care for me. Oh,
Speak to my heart.
won't you speak to me? Speak to me.
Speak to my heart. Speak to my heart.
Yeah, Lord, oh Lord.
Speak to my heart.
Yeah, me your holy word. If I don't hear from you, then I know what to do. I won't go alone, no, 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 and never go on my own. Just let your spirit guide and let your word abide.
Speak to my heart, Lord.
Oh Lord, oh my.
Give me your holy word. If I can't hear from you,
Then I know what to do.
then I know what to do. I'll never go on my own.
Just let
your spirit guide.
let your word abide.
Let your word abide. Speak to my heart, Lord.
Speak to me.
Give me your holy word. If I can't hear from you,
Then I know what to do.
then I know what to do.
I won't
go alone.
and never, 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 never.
I'll never go on my own.
Just let
Let your spirit guide.
let your word
And
abide.
let your word abide.
You
Speak to my
heart.
Give me your holy word.
All right.
If I can't hear from you,
Then I know what to do.
then I know what to do.
I won't
I won't go alone.
and never, never, never,
I'll
never.
never go on my
Oh
own.
yeah.
Just let your spirit guide.
Let your word
And let your
abide.
word abide. Speak to my heart. Give me your holy word. If I can't hear from you,
Then I know what to do.
then I know what to do.
I won't go.
I never go on my
Never,
own.
never, never, never.
Just let your spirit guide.
Let your word
Let
abide.
your word abide. Speak to my heart.
Oh,
Speak to my heart.
Lord, speak to me. Lord, speak to me.
Speak to my heart.
Oh,
Speak to my heart.
Lord, speak to me. Lord, speak to me.
Speak to my heart.
Yeah, yeah,
Speak to my heart.
yeah. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Oh, speak to me, oh Lord.
Speak to my heart.
Lord, speak to me. Lord, speak to me.
Speak to my heart.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Speak to my heart. Speak to my heart. Speak to my
Oh,
heart.
Lord,
Speak to my heart. Speak to my heart.
hallelujah, hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus.
Can we get another round of applause for that wonderful choir? We would like to thank Miss Lorinda Brown Johnson and the Performing Arts Group of JDC for that wonderful song. And up next, we have Dr. Carrie Allegria presenting pre-kindergarten. Let's give her a round of applause as she come up.
Okay, good morning, everyone. Today we're going to stick to the theme, Imagine the Possibilities. I want you to imagine the possibilities if I informed you that in the first 5 years of life, experiences and relationships stimulate children's development, creating millions of connections in their brains. Their brain develops connections faster in the first 5 years than in any other time in their lives. The Jefferson Davis County School District is excited to imagine the possibilities that will occur with beginning our first pre-K program. We will have one pre-K class at G.W. Carver Elementary and one pre-K class at J.E. Johnson Elementary. Johnson Elementary only has 2 spots left for their pre-K program, and Carver Elementary only has 8 spots left. Therefore, we have already filled 30 out of the 40 spots so far in the district. In order for your child to qualify for pre-K, your child must be 4 years old by September 1st. Whenever it's time to register your child, we will need a copy of your child's birth certificate, 2 proofs of residence, and the shot record with the beginning of school starting pre-K checked off. If you would like to go ahead and grab a spot for your child with these few spots that we have left, you can access the pre-registration pre-K application on the school's social media sites, or you can pick up an application from the school's office. We are also looking for a pre-K teacher and a pre-K teacher assistant for each elementary campus. The qualifications for the teacher is a valid Mississippi educator license with a pre-K endorsement. However, if there's a teacher with a K-6 or a K-12 license, there's a boot camp in June that they can attend and get the pre-K certification. The same for the teacher assistant. The qualification is an associate's degree in early childhood. However, if they have an associate's degree in another area, they can also attend the boot camp to get the certification in pre-K. We are excited about the pre-K program because the pre-K program will help bridge the gap for children who have not had any previous child care or preschool experience, and make sure that they all have a good start once they reach kindergarten. Pre-K exposure is like building a house. What comes first forms the foundation for all that comes later. Let JDCSD help build that solid foundation for your child's future by registering him or her for our pre-K program. Thank you.
We would like to thank Ms. Allegria for the informative segment, and we ask that you participate in those programs so we can build up the Jaguar Nation. Moving on, we have Ms. Dr. Deborah Dace presenting Every Jag Reads.
Great morning. All right. Dr. Allegria started us off with our pre-K information, and we are moving forward from pre-K. Next up, Every Jag a Reader. According to research, the road to becoming a reader begins the day a child is born and continues through the end of 3rd grade. At that point, a child must read with ease and understanding to take advantage of the learning opportunities in 4th grade and beyond, in school and in life. With this notion in mind, Superintendent Haynes challenged us to ensure that every JAG reads in the Jefferson Davis County School District. And thanks to the wonderful educators that we have been doing just that. We have used data to drive our efforts this year, as our goal is to ensure all students are readers when they exit 3rd grade. We know that this is not an easy task, and we know that it won't happen overnight, but we will not give up. With the implementation of interventionists, led by the District MTSS Director, Ms. Kathy Anderson, in all elementary and middle schools, the district's goal is to decrease deficit areas during the foundational years so that students are learning to read in K through 3 and reading to learn in 4th grade and beyond. Now, as you see on the screen, a review of our I-rated diagnostic beginning of the year data and the end of the year data indicates that we are moving in the right direction. During our BOY beginning of the year, the district-wide data indicated that we had approximately 18%, 171 of our students reading at grade level. But we increased that percentage to 43%, not perfect, but we're moving in the right direction to 347 students as of the most recent EOY. And that was last week, y'all. That was last week. Moving in the right direction. It won't happen overnight, but it is happening. And again, thanks to our wonderful educator, parents, and students. Now, we have encouraged reading through the implementation of our accelerated reading program since the beginning of the school year at all elementary schools. And we have a recent start at our middle school. As of today, students in the Jefferson Davis County School District have read approximately 18,000 books and nearly 14 million words for an average of 12 minutes a day. Way to go, students. Let's give our students a round of applause. We have to make sure that they enjoy reading. Now, we are not doing this alone, okay? Through our partnerships with Save the Children, which provides during and after school reading support, and the Kirkland Group, during and after reading support, we are constantly preparing our students to succeed. And I must say again, that this would not be possible without those educators who choose to go above and beyond the call of duty. All of our teachers, all of our administrators. Let's give them another round of applause. So, lastly, I'm just going to talk about, we did participate in the Great Read Across America event in the Jefferson Davis County School District, where our readers, young and old, they were showing students that reading is fundamental. So you'll just see a few pictures I snagged from Facebook where our students and our educators and parents and volunteers came out to read and show students that it's a joy to read. So we thank you to our many volunteers who supported the district in this endeavor. Sticking to my 2 minutes, Doc. One more thing. Now, I was told to speak to 2 minutes, but I will end here. I want you to know that the Jefferson Davis County School District is determined to ensure that every JAG reads by creating foundational opportunities such as pre-K, such as what we're doing with K through 3, to ensure that students exit third grade reading on grade level. When we do that, our students will be successful in grades 4 and beyond. Lots and lots of other things we're doing. I can go on and on and on, but without a doubt, we're moving in the right direction. But I want you to see this, share. If you know, we have about 21 days. This is our ticker that's on our Jefferson Davis County website. 21 days before our third grade students take the end of the year reading test, which most people refer to as the GATE. And we want all of our students to pass. So if you know a third grade student or a parent of a third grade student, please reach out and support and encourage the child, support and encourage our teachers, and let's all continue to level up the Jaguar way. Thank you so very much.
We would like to thank Dr. Dace for that information. And we all know reading is fundamental, so it is imperative that we all make sure our children read so they can have successful and great lives. Moving on, we have Teacher of the Year, which is Miss Keosha Holloway. Now, if you know Miss Holloway, you know she is one of the best teachers I have ever met, and she well deserves the Teacher of the Year award.
My name is Keosha Holloway, and it is an honor to stand before you as the Jefferson Davis County School District Teacher of the Year and speak about the possibilities here in JDC. We have a great opportunity to redefine and claim the full expression of what education means in this time of change. Do you believe that education has the power to create and carve out our culture? Are you curious about the things that education might become in the years to come? Our children should be inspired to know themselves as lifelong learners. Their educational experiences today will develop their thinking skills and lay the groundwork foundation for their engagement in life that will far surpass the grade school level. And as soon as we all get together and understand this and build upon it, we will all know that the possibilities of our youth will be endless. Parents have the right to ensure that education system is meeting the needs of their children, yet too many will not effectively speak on their feelings about being overwhelmed and dealing with the facets of the educational system. They do not ask for assistance from educational aides that can help them and help them deal with the complexity of our education system at all levels. When this changes, and I pray that it is soon, the possibilities for our children and our community will be endless. Consider the importance of being a teacher or being a significant adult in a student's life. Consider the impact of teachers that teachers have on students and through that on themselves. All of the beliefs, values, and attitudes that we bring to teaching, not only from our experience as teachers, but from our personal experience as students in the presence of teachers. Consider teaching as a learning, intertwined process where the focus of our attention is always intended on the student. Where it is intended to be on the student, not the content covered, nor the assessments administered. We must consider ways of doing things mindfully and be certain differently, ways that will impact teachers, students, and ultimately the nature of the teaching culture here in Jefferson Davis County. And when we do that, please imagine the possibilities. Thank you.
We would like to thank Ms. Holloway for that. And we know that teachers are crucial. They play a crucial role in ensuring that our schools are well equipped with the right information to just be the best person they can be. Moving on to our next section, we have student representatives of organizations. Up first with Mayoral Council, we have Tayloric Bryant. Let's give her a hand clap as she come up.
Good morning. My name is Taylor Bryant, and I'm a senior here at JDCHS. I would like to discuss what the Mayor Youth Council is. It's basically like a small group of high school students who gather around to do things in the community and at school and just, make it a better place. The benefits that you can get from it would be like, I really don't know, I was prepared for this. But I would say that a student is benefited from being a part of this by just helping out in the community. They're able to understand what they can do and how they can affect the community. And then the benefits that the community can get, we can make the community a better place, fix the problems that we think are wrong with the community. And that's really all. So.
We'd like to thank Talyric for that. Moving on, we have Dallas Gatwood explaining the highest ACT score. We'd like to applaud her for that because, as we know, the ACT is a very, very important test.
My name is Dallas Gatwood. I'm a senior here at Jefferson Davis County High School, and I'm just going to talk a little bit about the ACT. Imagine you have just taken the ACT. You score 20, and you get to attend community college for free, but you want more. Thankfully, you can take the ACT multiple times, and they take your highest score. You begin to use your resources such as ACT boot camps, ACT prep classes, ACT workbooks, and practice tests on the ACT website. You get a tutor, and you use your free time to study. You put all your effort into retaking this test and score 27. Now you have the opportunity to attend a university for little cost. You graduate from the university and make $1.3 million more than you would have if you had just graduated high school. The ACT gives you the tools to begin planning your future. Taking the ACT is taking your future into your hands. It's giving you opportunity to succeed, opening doors that would otherwise be closed. Imagine the possibilities.
Thank you, Ms. Gatwood. The ACT is one of many ways you can strengthen your education and just be able to go to a great college and get all the right education you need to, like I said earlier, become successful. I scored a 25 as well as Ms. Dallas, but I plan to take it again. So moving on, we have Micaiah Evans with dual enrollment.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Micaiah Evans, and I am a senior here at Jefferson Davis County High School. Today, I will be talking to you about the benefits of dual enrollment and what it has done for me and what it can do for our students. To begin, I will state that I have been enrolled in 9 dual enrollment classes, which has given me a total of 28 hours in college. For those of you who may not know, you need over 30 hours to be considered a college freshman. As a senior, I am already finishing up my freshman year of college essentially for free. This too can and will be our students. I was very fortunate to have a mother who invested in my dreams, knowing that I would be in school a while due to my career path. She took the initiative to see that I start my journey early, and I started the summer before my junior year. Now, most of you may not be sure what you want to do in your life, and that is completely fine. Dual enrollment does not just benefit you in college. My grades in dual enrollment can have a massive impact on my high school GPA, which is a good thing. Contrary to popular belief, college is not hard at all when doing it online. Dual enrollment is basically high school work that you will have all week to do. Your professor does not nag you during this week, and you will also be provided with all the materials needed to score an A. So you get to try out college for free, a boost in your GPA depending on your grades, and cut time in college down tremendously. Those benefits most definitely outweigh any cons you may think of with dual enrollment for me. I hope that you all consider this and enroll in college courses. Thank you.
I want to thank Micaiah for that information on dual enrollment. You can think of it as kind of like a head start while you're still in college so you can get, just get familiar with college courses. Now, moving on, we have on program Nyla Payne presenting the NAACP, but we would like for you to keep her and her family and a few students at JDC in your prayers because I believe that they were involved in a car accident. So I will fill in for Nyla and just give you a little information on the NAACP and what basically is its goal. So Jefferson Davis County has a youth council branch for the NAACP. I myself is the vice president of this branch. Kamora Hawthorne, she is the president as of right now. So basically what we do is we go out into the community, we hold raffles, we do community service. I believe a while back in 2022, we planted some flowers at the Prentice Institute with the Hotsies, I believe. Excuse me if I'm mispronouncing their name, but you just get out into the community, and when you think of NAACP, some people may think of, oh, well, we sit in this room and we just, we talk about black people and stuff like that, and it's way deeper than that. You have many benefits you can receive from being in the NAACP, such as scholarships. You can get community service hours to graduate high school. So it's just a lot of opportunities that you can receive from being in the NAACP. If you know anyone who would like to be in the NAACP for Jefferson Davis County branch, see me or Kamora or Miss Cammie Reed. She is our youth council advisor. So yes, like I said, the NAACP has a lot of benefits and it is very, very helpful to you. Moving on, we have community representatives. For our parent, we have Miss Shamika Hathorn. Is she here? Miss Hathorn? Okay, Miss Shamika is not here, so we will move on. Next on program, we have Mr. Demario Booth, who is our District 3 supervisor. Let's give him a round of applause as he come up.
Good morning. Thank you, Tyler. Tyson, I'm sorry. Good morning to everyone. Greetings, superintendents, Ike Hain, Board of Education, faculty, staff. For those who don't know me, I'm Demario Booth, District 3 Road Supervisor, a proud husband of Miss Shioka Booth, father of deceased daughter DeQuandra Booth, and son Demario Booth, which I'm led to believe that all of y'all in this area are pretty familiar with Demario while he was here at JDC High School. But for momentarily, I have a couple things that I would like to enlighten the community on. I just want to thank each and every one of the teachers, the staff, and everyone throughout the district for all that hard work and dedication that they do to ensure that our students receive the most exceptional and educational service that they deserve. You know, I also want to just inform everybody in the community that our board of superintendent work diligently and collaboratively with the board of education to just work together to have a more appealing recreation facility for our children throughout the community. You know, we look at things and we don't realize that recreation is something that will bring in, you know what I'm saying, more revenue throughout the community. When you got recreation, public safety, and things of that nature, it just helps the community. You know I'm stepping out of bounds a little bit, but sometimes when I go to talking, I just freelance. So I'm letting y'all know that recreation is a big factor throughout communities because, like I said, I look at that performing art group with the job that Miss Johnson is doing with those kids. Y'all just don't realize that it's a lot of children just need someone that they can feel comfortable with telling their problem to. You know, whenever you can get a child to open up and tell you, you know what I'm saying, what's going on inside of them, that speaks high value. Because everybody can't reach out and deal with these children. It takes a very special individual to deal with these type of children. I mean, like I said, I know I'm getting off track, but I'm going to say something and I'm going to leave it alone. Our mind is designed to do two things. I'm going to break it down. I'm going to simplify. I read books all the time. They go all over the place. But our mind is designed to do two things. That's to think negative or positive. I'm sorry. Our eyes are designed to do what it do. Our ears are designed to do what it do. But this little old brain here is designed to do two things. That's to think negative or positive. If you wake up in the morning time with a negative attitude, you bring that negative attitude in the work field. If you wake up in the morning time with a positive attitude, that positive attitude will go with you throughout that day. Unless somebody else that brought that negative attitude with them from home, they're going to feed off on everybody throughout the community, throughout our county, throughout our state. I mean, we need to work more together on just communicating more. If it ain't nothing but, you know what I'm saying, taking the time out and just stop somebody during the day and ask them how they doing. Just asking somebody how they doing would change change the mind of somebody walking into a school, killing a whole crowd, or walking into a cafeteria or a church. Just stopping them, asking them, how are you doing today? By you stopping and asking them, how are you doing today, might stop them from going in there and ambushing the whole crowd of people by just stopping them. We as people, we let so much stuff build up inside of us to where whenever it's too late. Whenever something occurs, it's too late. It ain't that everybody is bad people. We have so much stuff built up inside of us, so whenever we decide it's going to happen, it's going to happen. We ain't got time enough to think about that negative or positive right then because it's too late. So just take the time out during your day and ask your staff, people's in the community. I mean, it don't hurt to stop Brother Hang and say and ask your staff how they doing today. And be true about it. Don't go up there, hey, how you doing? I really want to know how you feel today. because a lot of these teachers here, your staff, and everyone throughout our district, hey, we all have problems. And individuals is waiting on somebody to walk up to them just to ask them how their problem going that day. They talk to different people. You might be the person they talk to. Y'all have a blessed day, and like I said, I enjoy my time being here.
We would like to thank Mr. Booth for that. Moving on to our partnership section, we have the STOP STOP Grant Director, who is Dr. Carolyn A.C.
Good morning. I'm Reverend Carrie Acey, and I'm the State Director for Child Evangelism Fellowship. It's an 80-year-old ministry for children. And we were able this year to work directly with Superintendent to be able to bring into this school district a STOP grant. Child Evangelism Fellowship in Mississippi works from the mission of reaching children, rebuilding families, and restoring communities. We've been reaching children in every nation in the world except China. And it's important to us to be able to come alongside Jeff Davis County to make a difference here in Jefferson Davis County. Our program that we're bringing in was funded by the Bureau of Justice Assistance from the U.S. Department of Justice. And it allows us to come into this community and affect the climate in the schools. I was just so pleased to hear this morning as representatives from the community, as the young people talked about their mayoral group and the NAACP and the things that they're doing in the community, because we encourage the children to work through the programs to become more able to be good citizens. You know, our President Theodore Roosevelt said that if you educate children in mind and not in morals, then you educate menaces to society. We always have to remember that our children need all of us to become who they need to be. So our STOP grant works in 3 areas. We work in the area of prevention. We work in the area of intervention, and also in the area of assessment. And our program allows us and gives us funding to work in all of those areas. And we work directly with students in our area of prevention, because prevention allows us to work with them on the programs that they use. We get to work with them in project-based programs that will not only be seen here in Jefferson Davis County. Our Youth Explosion and our statewide programs allow them to be able to have their skills, their gifts, their graces seen throughout the state. Jefferson Davis is a hidden jewel, and you all need to be seen. Those young people here this morning needed to be seen. They need to know that what they do is great, that it's wonderful, and that there's a world out there waiting to see them. So we get the opportunity to wrap around this community and work with you and your superintendent. And I always, when I get a chance in Jeff Davis County, I always commend your superintendent, because we've been in ministry for 80 years and he wouldn't let me stop. He said, you know, the first year we weren't too successful. I said, oh, superintendent, what should we do? He said, keep going, because Jeff Davis County never loses. So we are here today partly because of his energy and his tenacity and his integrity. And I want to let you all know what kind of leader you have. But CEF Mississippi, our SEED program, is here in Jefferson Davis County. We'll be here for the next 3 years, and we're here to make a difference. We're going to come and see you, our local, all of our partners, all of the stakeholders in the community. We need to come and see each one of you because we want to make sure that we show our students how to be good citizens as well as how to change their perspective on their academics, on their morals, on who they are and who they are becoming. As we're looking at imagining the possibilities, imagine the possibilities that can happen as our children grow into their God-given potential. Thank you.
We would like to thank Dr. Acey for that information. And moving on, we have M3A Architecture, who is Mr. William McElroy, who I'm pretty sure is responsible for this beautiful, beautiful campus we're walking on. Can we get a round of applause for that?
It is a delight to be with you this morning. This is a Sentinel event, and it's been very inspirational from all of the demonstrations of talent. You guys should be commended because your talent is excelsior. It really is. Now, the program is about imagining the possibilities, which is kind of my vocation. I have made a living imagining the possibilities. Now, you have a team that starts with your board, and they have been battling on behalf of the students here for so very long. Ms. Thomas, you know, Mr. Wilson, Ms. Norwood, Ms. Burr, and there have been other warriors that have been engaged in helping to determine what the future of this district will be. Now, everybody wants to be something significant. There's a great architect, Louis Kahn, who said even a brick wants to have purpose and to be something. And when these students see these buildings, and they were in the condition that they were in, they didn't inspire, they didn't stimulate them, and it certainly didn't have the capacity to transform their vision of what they could be. I mean, we have a championship sports program, and Coach Mancuso had to do with what he had. But now those students can walk into those facilities and know that they are something. The facility exhibits and presents what kind of character, what kind of success that they're destined for. These new entrances and the new facilities, as they are outlaid with the stimulating color and the interior expressions, it means something to them because they identify with that building. They see other good schools and they see bad schools. And based on how the schools are delivered to them, 21st century spaces helps them to attain and aspire to 21st century aspirations. And it has been such a delight to work with this board, with this superintendent, and with the others that preceded them to shape the vision, to make certain that the little resources that we had to spend across the district, because we wanted a new school, but we were not able to attain it. But we wanted to take the little resources that we had, and Mr. Wilson was certain that we weren't wasteful, that we made very determined assignments of those resources across the district so that everybody could have that 21st century experience. Now, we've built the house now, but we need to get the irrigation system finished and some other things, so we will be with you continually. There's a one-year inspection that these, once they attained occupancy, 1 year from that date, we have the year-end warranty, which we will do the final inspection, and all of those things will be further enhanced or corrected. So we thank you for your patience, but we thank you that you had the burning desire. Jeremiah 29:11 says, you should know the thoughts that I think towards you, thoughts of goodness, not of evil, that you should attain your expected end. An expected end for these students. They told you, go to school, be something, and the world would open its arms to you. This is all part of that process. This is the grace that has been extended to Jefferson Davis County Schools. And I think its impact will be long-lasting and significant. It's a joy to be with you, but we're not leaving you yet. Thank you. Keep doing a great job.
We would like to thank Mr. McElroy and everyone else who contributed to this beautiful campus. And I speak on behalf of the students when I say, when you have a clean home, it kind of just represents our character and basically the student body of Jefferson Davis County High School. Moving on, the moment we've all been waiting for. We will now have the state of the district addressed by the one and only Superintendent, Mr. Isaac Ike Haynes Jr. Let's give him a round of applause as he comes up.
So I think I can say without any equivocation or hesitation that it's a great day to be a JAG. Let's give all of the participants a round of applause. They've painted really the picture that I would hope to portray in the next 15 minutes about our district, about the great accomplishment that our children are accomplishing each and every day. So, good morning, Jefferson Davis County School District community. It is with the greatest honor and privilege that I continue to serve as Superintendent of Schools and promotion of our Jaguar Way, which is founded upon putting students first, exhibiting positive attitudes, upholding high expectations, and embracing employing accountability. I'd like to begin by acknowledging my partners in this work, because without a great superintendent board governance structure, our district would suffer. I'd like to recognize Ms. Sherry Bryant, Mr. Bobby Wilson, Ms. Nadine Thompson, Ms. Shonda Burr, and Ms. Vaughn Norwood. Thank you all for what you do. It is because of your guidance, your phone calls, both good and bad, both spirited and joyful, that have shaped the collaboration and allowed us to accomplish so much over the past 2 years. I also want to commend other district leaders, school administrators, our teachers, our support staffs, bus drivers, cafeteria workers, secretaries, custodians, the whole JDCSD team. And I want to thank you for your hard work, your dedication, your commitment, certainly to our students and to our entire community. But at this point, I want to ask everyone that's joining us on Facebook, everyone that's here, to give our students in JDCSD a round of applause. They've overcome COVID, so many other barriers, and they just keep rising to the occasion, and they help their fellow classmates, and they are striving to achieve academic excellence. And if you're like I was, sitting there hearing those kids talk about their accomplishments, and I didn't know that Micaiah was almost a sophomore. It was great to hear, great to hear. I also want to extend my most heartfelt appreciation to all of our parents, guardians, caretakers. Thank you for your personal role in making a difference in us educating your scholars. And to the JDCSD community at large, thank you for being a major support system to our district and all of those people that I just talked about. I think every year we've been blessed, no major occurrences. I think we've made it this far through the grace of God. Let's give all of JDC a round of applause. Our first core value in our district is children first. And we do that, and we demonstrate that each and every day by trying to provide an academic oasis that will provide every student with the best opportunities that we can so that they can achieve anything that they want to in life. With the board's support, we created a robust strategic plan called Jaguar Way 2027 that showcases our absolute commitment to providing the best opportunities and first-class facilities for every student and every employee in JDC. This plan is built around these 5 priorities: increasing academic achievement, increasing leadership capacity, strengthening communication with our stakeholders, improving the learning environment, developing and implementing a sound operational budget. This year, within that Jaguar Way 2027, we have led and directed and collaborated on 4 priorities. As Dr. Dace mentioned earlier, every JAG is a reader, must become a reader. We want to continue to be successful on state tests. We want to improve student attendance, and we want to create a culture where everybody is accountable to do a good job. Based on these priorities, our current state of our district is as follows. On MCAS 43, MCAS is a test that 5-year-olds take in kindergarten. They demonstrated readiness for 1st grade during the spring administration of the state's kindergarten literacy test. On average, the students gained 183 points from when they were first tested during the fall. We do hope and pray that once our pre-K program takes hold, and once we are able to create a stable situation with our earlier grades, as far as teachers are concerned, that our early childhood numbers will grow. On 3rd grade gate, May 22, 59.5% of our 3rd graders passed the 3rd grade gate the first time. Over time, we did improve. Certainly, we hope this year to do much better. But in order to improve on our kids' ability to read, this will take all of our efforts. And I want to enlist all of the support that I can from each of you, local barbers, even stylists. If you all want to put libraries in your barbershops, in your homes, give us a call. Also call Save the Children. We have plenty of books that we can put in our children's hands. We need to be more successful on the state assessments. This is how we measure our district's growth, by how well our children score on the MAP assessments. This is how we rank our district. This is how people are able to say whether JDC is doing it or not. Well, currently all of our schools in JDC are rated C. In fact, the district was only 6 points from being a B. I think that deserves a round of applause. Although I'm disappointed that we did not make a B, I'm very disappointed about that. I'm thankful and grateful. I asked the staff the other day in the executive staff meeting if we'd ever been that close to being a B in JDC, and I think that's as close as we've been. But we cannot rest on our laurels from last year. Last year's numbers won't mean a thing this year. But I'm confident, very confident, that we will reach our goal of becoming a B this year if we run our race all the way through the finish line by having exceptional staff attendance, by teaching a viable curriculum, which means that we have great Tier 1 instruction. If we have full student and staff engagement, if we continue to have excellent PD opportunities on Wednesdays, and if we have staunch support from parents, the community, and if we're able to tend to the kids' social and emotional needs. And most importantly, with this much work to do, with this many mountains to climb, it is essential that we do not count days, that we make the days count. Improving student attendance has been one of my priorities. We recognize, coming from COVID, we have increased 8 points from last year at this time. The bottom line, and I'm saying to all of our parents, caretakers, and guardians, if your scholar is not at school, it seriously limits our ability to teach them and to reach individual, school, and district goals. We must have our kids at school each and every day. In JDC, it is a challenge to create a culture of accountability and not one of politics. Let's be honest, in 2023, everyone must do their job. They must do it well in order to keep their job. So we must be held accountable. And I often say, that's just not the superintendent that should be held accountable. I need everyone in every role doing their level best with consistency in performance and competitive stamina needed to run this race. We have worked hard to implement our strategic plan. We have emphasized strategies that will aid us in recruiting and retaining effective teachers. It is an agenda item at each and every one of our executive staff meetings, and we've done some wonderful things in that area. And we hope that over time, we will retain the teachers that have exhibited the Jaguar way. We have intentionally allocated funds and collaborated with various organizations to provide social and emotional support for our students so that they are able to perform at their best. Our plan detailed a roadmap for intentional two-way conversation with parents and community. And this year, we've had some wonderful events. Parent academies, parent night outs, parent report card pickup days, community meetings out in every district, which were a joy. I want to thank those community leaders and pastors for inviting us into their areas of faith. We've held in-person and virtual board meetings. We've been out there on Facebook, other modes of social media, and we have launched the district's JAG TV. And I think we have some kids now today working on this production. Princess Copeland is one that comes to mind, and some others. We hope that this year we'll have sideline reporters at our basketball and football games. Education Awareness Month activities, we've had a super month already. We had a host of sporting events where we've been able to showcase all of our great facilities. In JDCSD, we have an open door policy, and we are welcome and honored to welcome everyone to the table and to our team. Over the last years, we've experienced several other successes. We are near completion of the great renovation and restoration of the JDCSD facilities. We just need to complete the old J.E. Johnson work, in which the board last Friday did approve for us to start bidding on that process. We've already completed the HVAC restoration in every classroom there. HVAC meaning that every classroom has a new HVAC system, air conditioning system, and we're looking forward to spending up to another $1.5 million at the old J.E. Johnson complex to get it up to par and create equity. We have a 90% graduation rate, and although we are aided by the MDE in that area, that's something that we're proud of. We want to maintain it even after the COVID allowances by MDE have gone away. We've expanded the performing arts at each grade level in our district, and for those of you all that have seen the kids the Black History program. They're going to do the Wizard of Oz. We have another program coming up. They're sitting right there. We are tickled pink at you all's performances. I tell you, you all have made JDC look good. Let's give them another round of applause. We've improved our student attendance, which we've talked about how important that is. We created a new consolidated Jeff Davis County Middle School. We've had a few bumps in the road there. I want to thank Dr. Haynes for taking on that tremendous challenge. Right away, you notice when you go to middle school that differently from other schools, every student that goes to school there takes state tests. There's no kids that you can hide in first grade and say they don't have to take a state test. And that is immediately a challenge. And I know that with her stewardship, we're going to do great in the end, along with her team. We have increased dual enrollment. You heard Micaiah talk about that. We added Alcorn State as a partner in that area, along with what we've been able to do with Pearl River Community College. We are revamping with the board support our career and technical programs. We are very close to being able to announce that we'll be able to add vocational agriculture to our curriculum next week. And I will say hallelujah, thank you, Jesus, when that happens in JDC. There are some great job opportunities for our kids. They're already working at places, and we need to do more to get them ready here in K-12. By the grace of God, I thank God for it. I'm not here to try to take a whole lot of credit. We have a new pre-K program. I want to thank the former state superintendent for that. That's $500,000. We're going to be able to add another 40 kids to our school system, bring them in earlier. I'm tremendously thankful for that. We have the COPS grant that's already in place. We have the ARP after-school program that provides funding for teachers and students to stay over. It's super. Dr. AC, my great partner, that's $1 million STOP grant where we're going to be able to work with our high school kids, make our school safer. I just give all glory to God that he has shined on JDC in those areas. And I just happened to be here when he decided to do that. And we have improved the safety of our schools. School safety is a challenge. School safety is a daily challenge. The principals understand my passion in this area, my attention to structure and order and discipline, my old school approach. And as long as I'm superintendent, we're going to feature school is school, where kids are kids, and we have structure and order and discipline on display in our classes. I want to say one thing about our cafeterias and Ms. Williams. I don't know if Ms. Williams is here today or not, but she has done a superlative job. And I can measure that by this piece of data. I've not had one complaint from a parent this year about our cafeterias. And that is wonderful. Not one complaint has come to my attention. So it's not saying bombard me with phone calls, but to this point, we've not had one complaint. I am super excited about our athletic program. One of the first things that I look at when I look at a team, I look at the bus they arrive on. I look at the uniform that they have on. I look at the discipline of the player. I look at and see whether they're prepared for anything that they will encounter in that game. And I look to see if they are disciplined. We have super athletic programs, and our kids are equipped, members of the board, with the best. When our kids compete against 6A, 5A, they can't tell who's 6A. Nothing is raggedy about JDC athletics. Nothing is raggedy about our district. But not, right. So we are very excited about our band program. I don't talk enough about our band program. I want to thank, you don't miss your water till your well runs dry. And a couple of years ago, Ms. Bradley Parker was out with the loss of her husband. We missed having the band that year. Then the band came back last year. Oh, what a difference that made. We have done a superb job in branding our district. Look at our website. Look at the beautiful blue signs, Ms. Shonda, on our buildings. We have a brand. People know what our emblem looks like. They can recognize JDC. As superintendent, I have to be honest with you all, I am very concerned about the number of kids that we have that are non-readers in our district. We must turn over every leaf, I'm talking to every person in the district, to provide the foundation for literacy improvement. We have far too many students that populate in the lowest performing category on state tests. There are still too many students that are not demonstrating their ability to perform well. This is a problem. This is an issue. We are here to serve each and every student. And I'm challenging everyone that hears my voice to understand we must step our game up. Our district is facing various challenges like other districts in the area of staff shortages. Custodians, we're shorthanded. Bus drivers, we're shorthanded. Cafeteria workers, we're shorthanded. But through it all, we plug on every single day, trying to provide the best opportunities for our kids. We even handicap in our ability to keep our after-school programs running because of the lack of eligible bus drivers. In the area of teacher retention, we've experienced high turnover rates in recent years, and we're striving as best we can to reverse that trend. Unfortunately, our community has seen tragedies involving shootings. I happen to know all of the people that's involved in one way or another, and it's a sheer tragedy. And my heart goes out to Tyrone and Grace, and to Ramona, and the rest of the people that is involved. We are challenged. We are challenged in the area of school safety because our schools are microcosms of our community. And so I'm urging each and every Jeff Davis County resident, I'm urging you to work together with me, with the principals, with the teachers to ensure that our schools are safe so we can protect those babies and let them go on to be presidents, college graduates, engineers, doctors, lawyers, superintendents, firemen, teachers, whatever their heart would desire. I want to commend Chief Sims and his staff. He does have a team, and they're doing a super job of trying to create the most safe and nurturing school environment possible. I pledge to this community that I will do everything as I can, working with my team, to ensure that we do not have a major incident take place on campus. But I implore and ask for your support in this area. And so this year we have made significant progress. Parents, students, faculty, staff, I have sinus problems, sorry, and administrators, the school board, I would like to again say thank you, because as a district we are very appreciative of all the support that we receive. But let's not settle. Let's not settle. I have a burning desire inside of me to be the very best superintendent that I can be. I feel I owe that to Jeff Davis. And I want to urge everyone in JDC to be the very best in their space that they can be so that the kids can win. I asked everyone today to imagine the possibilities, to imagine the possibilities of our children climbing the various ladders of success. If you will, for a moment, imagine with me the possibility of JDCSD, our district, becoming a rated B or better next year. All of our schools being B or better. Having students graduate, having more students be able to give a speech like Evans, where they have a high school diploma, college credits, and even associate's degree. More. I want more. I want more. I want to have more students in a partnership with Ingalls. We are talking to Ingalls. I hope I haven't jinxed it. We are talking right now with Ingalls Shipyard, and we're talking about having an apprenticeship, a work site at our campus for adults to come in that may have just been released from inside a prison, or maybe just to want to have a career choice, and where they can learn how to weld. Now they can go offshore, they can go on oil rigs, they can go other places and get jobs and take care of their family. We want to have a student or two in an apprenticeship, so on their graduation, they already got a job, they graduate, and they go to the job next day making $25 an hour. We want to imagine that we expand even more our performing arts program. We want to expand even more where we have a program once a month, so that the next Denzel, the next Michael B. Jordan, and others, Beyonce even, is cited and they find their talent in JDC, and we help nurture it, help them find who they want to be, and they move on to the next level. Imagine with me the possibilities of us expanding our career and technical courses to meet the kids where they are, not where we want them to be, but we add VOAG, that we add culinary arts, that we add natural hair care and braiding, because by God, the kids are already braiding now and making money already. Imagine with me the possibilities. That we have a leadership academy for aspiring administrators in our district that aspire to be administrators but feel that there is a glass ceiling over their head. Imagine with me a new focus on every day being the best that it can be. Imagine with me what that flex calendar is going to look like in JDC, and how the burnout, the attitudes and social emotional mood swings that our kids are facing would now be combated with 2-week breaks. If that doesn't work, I don't know what else will. I want to thank the board for approving the flex calendar. We are dreaming big in JDCSD. We are dreaming big in our district. T.D. Jakes said something that I want to say to the entire district. He said, excellence, it does not come when everyone is watching. Excellence comes when you're willing to grind, when you're willing to embrace the process, the daily grind of getting better incrementally, one day at a time, over time, 187 days. All we have to do is believe, work, and achieve. Let's finish strong, and let's do it the Jaguar way. God bless you, and may God bless the JDCSD.
We would like to thank Superintendent Haynes for that informative address, and we will now have the district film presented by Harold Lyle Films.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Level up, 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 level up. All this on me so yummy, all this sauce so yummy. Know you want this yummy, yummy all in your tummy. Level up, 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 level up. All this on me so yummy, all this sauce so yummy. Know you want this yummy, yummy all in your tummy. Them old mistakes are gone, I won't do them no more. That's old news, that's new news, I done did that before. I turn nothing to something, my comeback on 100. less talking, more action. You just gon' see coming. I just keep elevating, no losses, just upgrading. My lessons made blessings, I turn that into money. They gotta never settle, this view is so much better. I'm chilling, I'm winning, like on another level. Oh, you can talk all you want. See me as a prayer, nothing I'm afraid of, and I can have it all. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, let go! Level up, 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 level up. All this on me so yummy, all this sauce so yummy. Know you want this yummy, yummy all in your tummy. Level up, 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 level up. All this on me so yummy, all this sauce so yummy. Know you want this yummy, yummy all in your tummy. Fake friends get dropped like weight. Team love don't want no hate. I'm grinding, I'm shining, up, I'm on my way. Thank God I never settle, this view is so much better. I'm chilling, I'm winning, like on another level. Oh, you can talk all you want. See me as a prayer, nothing I'm afraid of, and I can have it all. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, let go!
An amazing film by Lyle Films. Can we get another round of applause highlighting the wonderful, wonderful campuses and students of Jefferson Davis County High School? I would like to invite Mrs. Shonda Burr to do our closing remarks. She is with Pine Belt Mental Health. And before I leave, I would like to just say it has been an honor to master this ceremony, and it's always good to be picked to have such great responsibility. So I would like to thank you all for that. So thank you. Ms. Burr, is she here? Oh, okay.
Let's give Tyson a great big applause. Great job, Tyson. Great job. So typically I'm doing the welcome. I think they put me last because I'm typically running in at the mid-start of the program. So I'm last. So greetings to my fellow board members. Thank you all for taking the time out of your busy schedule to imagine the possibilities with our students. Thank you for approving new programs and change orders. Thank you for working with our students to fit this new generation. To our parents and our stakeholders, thank you. Thank you for pouring the love and the support in your students. They need us, and thank you. And please know, it is our desire that each student in our district receives the desires of their hearts while imagining the possibilities. Thank you. Thank you to our administrators and our support staff. Thank you. Thank you for all your hard work and your dedication. But please know that it is your duty within reach to ensure that every student in this district receives the absolute best version of you while working to ensure that their hopes and their dreams and their aspirations are fulfilled. And to our students, oh yeah, please stand with me. To our students, as we close this afternoon, I want each of you to know that standing with me, I want you to believe that in JDC, nothing is impossible. So as loud as you can, say with me in your JDC Jaguar voice, impossible. 1, 2, 3. Y'all join in with them. Let me hear you say, impossible. You can sit down now. So you heard them say impossible, right? So did it sound like those students believed impossible? So watch this. In JDC, it is impossible to make a 32 on an ACT. In JDC, it is impossible to make $1 million in scholarships. In JDC, it's impossible to be an A district. Oh yeah, y'all looking at me real funny because it's impossible. Now I know you're wondering why I'm saying it's impossible. So let's switch this thing up. Let's spell impossible. IMPOSSIBLE. So we know that this is education, right? So if you take those first 2 letters in impossible, come on, go with me. What does those first 2 letters in impossible stand for? I'm possible in JDC. Stand with me and say, I'm possible in JDC. Stand with me and say, I'm possible in JDC. I'm possible to make a 32 on an ACT. I'm possible. I'm possible to be in the first performing arts program and soar to the top. Say, I'm possible. Say, I'm possible. In JDC, I'm possible. And yes, I'm possible to dream big. Yes, I'm possible. And I will soar big. And I will soar high. Because here in JDC, I'm possible. Thank you. Can we stand and give this performing arts program a great round of applause while I turn it back over to Mr. Tyson McLaurin. Say I'm possible.
I'm possible.
All right.
We would like to thank Ms. Burr for that electrifying closing, and I will now dismiss everyone from the State of the District address. Thank you all for coming out.